Hello, I'm Joanna with Blissful Baby Sleep Coaching, and I'm here on another review of a family sleep transformation with a dad who is a second-time client because the first time we did sleep coaching together with their older son, he was 15 months of age, and now we are back with their daughter who is 6 months of age. So, Dad, why don't you tell me why you came and sought my help the first time and why you're
Yeah,
back again for the second time?
yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Joanna. Yeah, let me start by recapping what happened with my first child. That was back in 2020 when he was 15 months old, and he was struggling to sleep through the night, and we were struggling to help him sleep through the night. We tried, co-sleeping or putting him in a rocker, but he would just not be able to sleep well through the night. And we reached a point where we were not able to function during the day.
Mhm.
Uh, our job was getting affected, and we were not able to focus, not able to give him quality time during the day
Yep.
because of sleepless nights.
Yep.
And that's when, like, my wife said, like, hey, we need a solution. And she went online, did some research, and she found you, Joanna, through some friend or some connection somewhere. And then we we kind of decided to take a leap of faith because we were still very unsure whether this would work. I remember our first call with you, like we asked you so many questions about this, like, is this even real? Is this possible?
Yes.
It seemed like a dream that back then. Uh, and we were very, very like skeptical about it. But I think we reached a point where we had nothing to lose.
Mhm.
Uh, and we, as I said, like we took a leap of faith. We liked the way you explained, how it works, and we liked your answers, and that gave us confidence to, take that step. And boy, I'm so glad we
Yeah.
took that step. It just changed our lives. And the coaching method was so gentle, and it did not cause stress in our
Mhm.
family as well, because all of us were on the same page.
Yes.
And one great thing about your way of coaching is that you make sure both mom and dad and any other caregiver in the family or in the house, they are all on the same page, because that's a key to success. And then that kind of gives confidence to the parent who is doing the actual coaching in the room to kind
Mhm.
of, go all in and, you know, see it through the line. And we did that, like around 15 months of age. We did it for our son, and it was so beautiful to see him, go to sleep on his own, sleep through the night. And that completely like changed our lives. We kind of got more sleep, we got our energy back, we were able to perform better at work. We got like, time back at the end of the day. We,
Yeah.
like, me and my wife could spend time together, watch a movie or do housework or do whatever, like, things or activities after he was asleep in the bed by 7:30 or 8 in the
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
So it was a real life changer, and it's just, the whole atmosphere in the house just became happy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so true. It's like just to have that privilege of saying my house is quiet at 7:30 or 8, and I know it's going to be a quiet, peaceful house all night long. Just knowing that is like all the stress goes away and you can then enjoy your evening. And whether
Exactly.
you're still going back to the work computer to get stuff done, or you're doing the housework, some of those mundane things, or you're actually taking time to spend time with your spouse or watch a movie or do something fun like that, either way, you have the reliability to know that time is yours,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I
So
mean,
yeah,
it's
that's
just
that's
like
a great
life
feeling.
changing.
Yeah.
It's such a good feeling. Okay, so then fast forward, right? You have your second baby. It's a baby girl. And you guys called me pretty quickly, I remember.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't want to wait 15 months again.
Yeah.
Why wait for something good? Like, we saw the benefit of it. And actually talking about benefits, like my son, he wasn't walking till he was 15 months, and he started walking like immediately after we started the sleep coaching. So that was a a big development milestone that happened because of him sleeping through the night. So that was really awesome. Like we were a bit worried that he was not walking. All his other peers were already walking. So that was again like another benefit of sleeping through the night, that we did not know that that could actually affect his developmental milestone. So
Yes.
that really helped him.
That is
Uh,
very common, actually, Dad. I'm glad you brought that up. It's true that a lot of times these milestones, these cognitive or physical milestones, are just hanging in the wings, waiting to kind of bust out and come into manifestation. But if the child is sleep deprived, then there just isn't that capacity to kind of move on. And so once we get them sleeping through the night, and they start getting that beautiful, consolidated, restorative sleep, then whatever milestone was ready to burst is like ding.
yeah,
And you see these. So it's very common for a parent to call me within a month of sleep training and go, guess what? He's talking, he's walking, he's eating, he's like, whatever the milestone was that you were concerned about, crawling, whatever, is like busts out about, anywhere between 2
yeah,
and 4 weeks later. So that's wonderful.
exactly. Yeah, same thing happened with us, and it was like magic. So yeah, so that was like another benefit of sleep training or coaching. And then yeah, talking about my second child, so yeah, why wait 15 months?
Mhm.
We knew, like talking to you, that the minimum age that you start sleep coaching is around 6 months,
Mhm.
and the baby has to be able to turn both ways, front to back, back to front. And yeah, as soon as she started doing that, we were ready. And uh, we knew that, she's a different person.
Mhm.
Ours, like our first child, is a different person. So uh, what what made us come back to you was that you have this very data driven approach, where
Mhm.
you kind of look through the child's entire day,
Mhm.
and you pick nuggets that we might miss,
Mhm.
and kind of help us adjust those, make those adjustments, which will help the child actually sleep through the night. So that is the reason we kind of came back to you, because as a parent, we sometimes are not like looking at those finer things that you as an outsider might be able to catch.
Yes.
So we really wanted that, because the sleep in the night goes well if the day goes well. And
Mhm.
that's what we learned from you, from our coaching sessions. Like we had
Yes.
no idea. So we wanted to kind of make sure that our days are going well. The sleep bucket is being filled in the day,
Mhm.
and that is kind of helping our child to sleep well in the night. So definitely we wanted that insight, and that's the reason we came back to you. And as I was talking about, a data driven approach, where we kind of log each activity of the child through the day, like when did the child sleep, take a nap, when did they had their feedings, how much feeding are they taking, like all those details about like the daily schedule of the child, kind of helps make decisions about the child, about
Exactly.
how to sleep train that particular child.
On
So
that
each child
day,
is
on
unique
that day, on
on
that
that
day.
day. Yeah.
Right. Right. So everything is super customized, but also to the minute, right? It's like
Yes.
what your child does on Tuesday might not be what they do on Thursday. So we need to hone in on what's happening on Tuesday so we can make the best plan for Tuesday night. And
Yeah.
depending on what happens on Tuesday will then dictate or give us clues to how we need to work on things or focus on things on Wednesday. So it's literally like a step by step, day by day approach. And what's so great about it is that it's and kind of going back to what you were saying about all caregivers on deck, is we're all, I call it, we form a team. Like this isn't my sleep plan that parents are executing. This is literally a collaboration between me and the two
Yep.
parents and the baby or the child, because I work with families all the way up to, 10 years old, to discern what is this child showing us is possible. What do each parent think about it? Let's come to an agreement, and then we'll take a step. And then we come back and we reevaluate. So it's just constant reevaluation and collaboration, which is one of the reasons why it goes smoothly and why it's stress-free and guilt-free, right?
Yeah.
Because every single day you're making well-researched decisions. It's not reactionary. It's very
Exactly.
sequential and planned, and everybody agrees. We don't get off the phone until everybody agrees.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one important aspect. And yeah, so as I was saying, like that's the reason kind of we came back, and we are so glad we did. We are kind of, we can say that she's sleep trained now. We are kind of working on making small changes to her feeding patterns during the night, but I'm not worried about that. And it feels so great that she's sleeping on her own through the night. We actually started, she was like taking multiple feeds during the night. Like I don't even know the count, maybe 3 or 4.
I think it was 4 or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like very systematically, we are now down to just one feed.
Mhm.
And that doesn't even bother us because from where we were to where we are, it's like a huge difference.
Right.
Like feeding her once in the night, actually, we are very happy to do that. We feel good about it, and we also feel good that okay, she is fed and she's sleeping through the night, so it just feels great overall. So yeah, it's been about like 2 weeks, and we were able to go like sleep train our second child. And in a way, I'm not surprised because I've seen this, so I expected this to be done in 2 to 3 weeks. Well, so yeah, I'm not surprised, but I'm also glad that I kind of came back to you, and then I did it in a systematic way, and now we are seeing the result of it.
Right. And I should say that Dad was the coach the first time and the second time. So he's took the lead in the family to say, I'm going to be the caregiver at the onset of sleep and all throughout the night. And I'm going to get this baby sleeping 100% through until we integrate mom. Now, that was what they chose to do in their family. And that worked out really, really well, because especially with this time with baby girl, mom is with the older son and dad is taking on sleep coaching with baby girl. And this gave dad a really great opportunity to build a bond with baby girl, because wouldn't you say, Dad, that you being the sleep coach actually helps you build a bond with your child that you did not expect?
Yes, so true. It's a wonderful opportunity for me as a father to create a bond with them. That's like my exclusive quality one-on-one time with them.
Yeah.
So it's actually a happy space and not a stressful space at all. And the love that I share with them, I get to snuggle them, hug them, kiss them, and just talk to them. Like in any other setting, the kid would kind of run away or be, during the day, the kids are all around, but at night, they are more willing to kind of be in one place, be hugged. So it's really like the best time and a great time to bond with them.
Yes. And I think that's super important, because a lot of moms come to this and they say, I'm exhausted. I'm probably the one that's going to need to do this because my child only prefers me, meaning mom. And the dad's like, I can help. And the mom is kind of like, nice gesture, but I don't think you're going to do good, or I don't think the kid's going to like it. Or there's just a little bit of like, that sounds great, but I don't see how that's could become a reality. And what I always like to challenge that belief and say, actually, it truly is a once in a lifetime opportunity for your child to
Yes.
build a bond. And so here you are saying, like,
Yeah,
pivotally,
absolutely. Like our first child, our son, like I created a bond with him because of the sleep training, and like it's a great bond. We still are like super close. I mean, at this age, you are close to your kids, but in generally, like he is close to his mom and to me both, I would say. So
right,
usually you would see a kid
kind
closer
of.
to one parent,
Mhm.
but in our case, because of the sleep training, I think he's closer to both of us.
Yeah. And I know it seems super counterintuitive that the person that did this, there's a perception that sleep training is like a hard thing. But
No.
what the myth that I want to break, and you're helping do this, is that if we create the right environment and circumstances, and we execute the plan in a very smooth, sequential, kind way to meet the needs of the child and the temperament of the child and the goals of the parents, and we have a caregiver that is going to be really available to be really emotionally present, it is not hard. It is
Yeah,
actually beautiful.
exactly. And it kind of pains to see other families who are scared of entering this space. And I think like sleep training, the word training has like got a bad connotation to it, and so I like the word coaching. So
Mhm.
you are kind of coaching your kids to kind of sleep better. That's what you're doing. You're not pushing
Yeah.
through some I don't know what's the word, but you're not pushing them through some uh,
Torturous process.
torturous process. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the parent's
S-
always in the room, right? You're always in the
yeah.
room, right? And you got to snuggle and be present and be emotionally connected. So yeah, you're not
Exactly.
giving up anything.
Exactly. So
You're only gaining.
exactly. So yeah, I would say to anyone or any family who is even remotely thinking of it and just scared of it, like don't be scared.
Mhm.
It's actually a beautiful process. Uh, it's it's like you feed your baby food and you do it because it's important, and
Mhm.
your kid will resist it, but you don't stop. You kind of do it. So sleep is also an equally important part of your child's life, and why do you want to deprive them of that? So like you kind of do it, you help them, you go through this process which is so gentle, and actually the results are just there to see. I would almost guarantee that if you follow the systematic approach, which is actually cater to your kid,
Mhm.
there is very low chance that it wouldn't work, because it's the way it's designed.
Mhm.
It's meant to succeed. So I cannot recommend this enough.
Thank you so much. I know that's so beautiful. And I agree that that I want people to know that there's always help available, that they don't have to feel helpless, they don't have to feel hopeless, they don't have to feel alone in the sleep deprivation. That there are really good coaches available to guide you so that you walk away from the experience feeling good about it, proud of yourself, proud of your baby, because they're learning skills, right? So it's
Yeah.
like anytime they learn something new, you're like, I'm so proud. This is the same thing, right? We're creating the right circumstances for learning and growing and new skill sets. So, well, thank you so much for trusting me twice and to be here today to share the good news with every other family that's wondering, will this work? Can it work? If my child's older, will it work? If my child's younger, will it work? All the concerns that families have. I think you've done a great job helping people understand.
Yeah, yeah, I would be Joanna's flag bearer if needed. Like I would be more than happy to talk to anyone who is
Oh,
even, having any questions about this. Yeah, I can answer any questions. So
oh,
Joanna,
good.
you can, share my contact as well. And thank you for, showing us this path. And we are so glad, like we stumbled upon you and it changed our lives.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I wish all these parents, I hope you are, um, your name is spread out to all these parent groups, and then hopefully they can see you as a resource that can help them and contact you. I think it's gonna, benefit them a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to be the leader of the well-rested family revolution.
Yes.
That's my like my Rocky song, well-rested family revolution.
Yeah.
Because when you're a well-rested family, so many things are possible. So
Exactly.
thank you for being a testament to that. I really appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely.